it's time for another blind test, and today we have the Xiaomi Mi 10 taking on the iPhone 11 Pro Max and the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. Now while these pictures were shot outdoors, these were shot before the lockdown, hell, even before last week's curfew. I'm just getting around to shooting the video today. So guys, stay safe, stay indoors, stay home. As sure, you're watching C4ETech. If you do end up liking what you see in this video, thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon. By the way, we are giving away a Xiaomi Mi 10. If you've not checked out that giveaway yet, I'll leave links in the description below. Do check it out. Let's now get to the blind test. The rules are the same as the last time around. There are 5 scenarios, each with 2 images. I'm going to be sharing my opinions on them, point out the minute details. At the end, there's going to be a poll and you get to choose which one you think performed the best. By the way, whenever I'm giving you my opinion, I'll have this mute icon show up on screen. Now that's for anyone who don't want to be influenced by my personal take. So you can go ahead and mute the audio and just look at the pictures and make up your mind without any prejudice. And here's a predictions poll. Which camera do you think will perform better? Make your choice. Let's see if you get it right. Okay, time to get started. So the first set of pictures, we are going to be comparing the colors here. How have they handled the dynamic range and all that? What's apparent here is that A and C, they've done better compared to B. Just look at the blues of the sky. I mean, they both have a gradient of blue from dark to light, while on B, it looks like a single shade. Of course, out of the 3, I personally prefer C since it has punchier colors, vibrant blues and lusher greens. Now onto the second image, it's more of the same with the blues of the sky. B almost looks grey while it's really nice blue on both A and C. Taking a look at the shadows, and actually all 3 phones, they've performed pretty well, retaining details from the darker areas of the image. Taking a look at the trees in the background though, it's pretty easy to spot that all 3 have gone for 3 different colors. C looks the most green, if I can say that. B is kind of yellowish, while A looks very natural. So which one is your pick? A, B or C? Personally, I prefer the saturated tones on C, but A has also done very well here. Time now for the reveal. A is the iPhone, B is the Xiaomi, and C is the Samsung. Okay, now on to the next set, and this time we are looking for detail. First up, we have a picture of this bike. Looks really sharp on all 3. Zoom in though, and we can see that A clearly has the better detail. We can also see the texture of the cable quite clearly here. B and C are kind of on par. C though at a glance looks better because it's the brighter image. Okay, now those photos, they were taken at the default resolutions. For these pictures, we've bumped the resolutions up as high as they go. So that means 108 megapixels for both the Mi 10 and the Galaxy S20 Ultra. The iPhone though, it stays at 12 megapixels. Punching into the mask here for detail, it's pretty clear that the competition is between A and C. B is way too noisy. Now I think C wins this one because the edges on the mask, they're well defined. So which one of these do you think got the crispiest shot? Tell us through this poll. Personally, for the default shots, I'd go with A, but C does have an advantage when it comes to the 108 megapixel shots. And the results are A, that's the Xiaomi Mi 10. B, as you've probably guessed, that's the iPhone 11 Pro Max. The C is the Galaxy S20 Ultra. Kinda surprising how both these phones, despite having 108 megapixel sensors, their performance when it came to detail levels, it was quite different. Now the difference is probably because of the default resolution. The Mi 10 shoots at about 25 megapixels. I know it's supposed to be 27 megapixels given the quad pixels and all that, but it shoots at about 25 megapixels, while thanks to Nona Benning, the S20 Ultra shoots at 12 megapixels, the same resolution as the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Okay, let's see if that Nona Benning helps the S20 Ultra out when it comes to low light. Our first shot here, it is a turn on the road right off the bat. A seems to have a bit of a yellow tint going on. C is ever so slightly brighter than the rest. In fact, the sky on C almost looks like dusk, while A and B, we can clearly make out that it is night. Detail levels, well, there isn't much we can make out from this one. Moving on to an even more challenging scenario, and wow, B is really struggling here. It's quite dark, making it almost impossible to spot anything. A and C do better though. The processing on A is a bit better as C has a lot of noise once we punch in. The transformer also seems to be a bit more defined in A. The lines on the wire, they look a tad sharper. So which one is better, guys? A, B or C? Personally, I think A has the slightest of edges here. Now, time for the reveal. A is the Galaxy S20 Ultra, B is the Xiaomi Mi 10, and C, that's the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Let's change things up a little bit and take a peek at the ultra-wides. This is the first shot. At a glance, C looks the best because it's the brightest. But A and B, they have more shades of the blues in the sky, while on C, the greens are lusher. It's also done an amazing job pulling details out of the shadows. Just look at the trees in the shadows of the building. Zooming into the wall for a better look at the details, it seems like all three phones have done equally well here. Let's see if we can gather something more from the second set of pictures. C has a kind of faded look to it, while A and B, the blues in the sky, they look richer and more vibrant. Punching in, we can see that all three phones once have very similar sharpness levels across the board. Now, this is a tough one. Which one would you pick, A, B or C? Personally, I'm leaning towards C here since it seems to do better retaining details from the shadows. And for this set, A, that's the iPhone 11 Pro Max, B, that's the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, and C is the Xiaomi Mi 10. Okay, so that's been 4 rounds of blind tests thus far, and here's where we usually wrap. But on the last blind test, one of you guys had this to say. I think it makes a lot of sense. Portraits play a very important part, so we decided to add an extra portrait round here. Here's our first shot. C kinda messed up the edge deduction for the shot. B did considerably better, but A, I think, has an edge here. In terms of details, C really nailed it. The subject, the texture on the skin tones, everything looks great. A did pretty well too, still nice and sharp. B though looks a little soft here. For our next image, we can see a similar result. C has smudged his ear and stray hair quite aggressively. B does better with the ear, and A manages to retain a lot of his hair as well. Since we are zoomed in, we might as well take a look at the detail levels. C and A have retained more detail with the subject, while B looks a bit soft. So here we go, no poll this time since we've run out of cards. A, B and C, which one is your pick? I'll go with A here. It's got good details and the best edge deduction out of the lot. And the reveal, final time for this video at least, yes. A is the Galaxy S20 Ultra, B is the Xiaomi Mi 10, and C is the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So guys, time to wrap up. When it comes to daylight photos, it seems to be a trade-off between details and colors. Honestly though, I don't really pixel peep all that much, so I'd be giving this one to the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. And if I ever wanted to go for a really well-detailed shot, we saw how the 108 megapixel camera on the S20 Ultra managed to beat out the others. In fact, Samsung even won the low light as well as the portrait round. The Xiaomi Mi 10 though did an amazing job. The default pictures were really sharp and it impressed us with the ultra wides. For nearly half the price of the other two contenders, it managed to give them a good run for their money. So price to performance, it's probably the Xiaomi Mi 10. Finally, the iPhone. Well, it's done consistently good. It's not really finished at the bottom of the table all that often, but it's not blown us away either. It's not really done that all that often either. So take that one as you will. Now that was me. What about you? What was your pick? Which camera did you end up preferring the most? And did it match your choice from the start of the video? Leave a comment down below, let me know. And with that, we get to the end of this video. Thumbs up, thumbs down based on whatever you felt about it. Subscribe and turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon if you haven't yet. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4ETech. And I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.